want to bring in Scott Bauer. He's the CEO of Prosper Trading Academy. He's down to SIBO. So Scott, we've done a bearish trade on Intel today coming into the report. Now Mike's kind of giving us the technical perspective. Where do you fall on this all-important classic chip name whose, I guess, gloss has started to wear off a little bit with AMD in its back door?
So people are badgering me about Intel for weeks. What's going to happen?
Plus one more.
And you know what, Oliver? There we go. I love it. I love this stock as an investment.
Okay.
As a trade for earnings, I'm actually taking a short position
we
by
got
buying
another
a
short
put
on our
spread.
hands. All right.
I think that this is priced for the earnings report. The stock is priced to perfection. Perfection on earnings and guidance. I don't think we're going to get it. However, I don't see a major sell-off here, but I'm buying a put spread for the earnings print. Again, longer term, I'm very bullish. For the earnings print, I can see this thing coming back down to the 59 area or so, which is some pretty decent support, and I would load up there at 59. So what I'm doing, Oliver, with this run-up, I can buy a really cheap put spread going out to next week, the Jan 31st expiration. The 62.59, $3 wide put spread. I can buy that now for about 70 cents. I love that because the market right now is pricing in a move somewhere about $4 going out to next week. If it is to the downside, it takes me down to that 59 area, which is really big support. Again, if they come out with great earnings, blockbuster earnings, great guidance, stock goes up, okay, I lose on my put spread, but I know what my risk is. It's completely risk defined.
All right, this is interesting, Scott, and I like it because I think that after the big run we've seen in a lot of these chips, there's a lot of folks who want to know how to put on these bearish trades. I'll take the other side of the hit perfection part. I think, as we were just talking about with Mike, next to some of its peers, I think there's other chips that probably have to have even more perfect earnings, right, as they've just gone berserk. But to your point for Intel, there has been a couple quarters that maybe can be described as hope. So I don't disagree with it. But relative to some of the other stocks, I mean, that are up, 100, 200% over the past couple years, namely like the last 12 months. Yeah. But your point here is you've got downside exposure, but it doesn't have to get totally crushed.
No, not at all. You know what? Stock goes down a couple dollars. I win on this put spread, and it gives me the opportunity to kind of reset and then take my longer term perspective. Again, I'm very bullish on the stock 6 months from now, 9 months from now. For a specific trade for this print, I love this put spread. Okay,
so some nervousness around the earnings, and Texas down 1.5%. It didn't get totally blown out, but I think we can see that they're going to have to put up some decent numbers here to justify the move.
In Texas, there's another one, Oliver. I'm hoping it gets down a couple dollars more, 129, 129 and a half area. Same kind of setup that I see in Intel that I saw in Texas. Longer term, love it. I was shorted for the print here. I'm hoping we get down to that 129, 129 and a half level so I can reset and get back in.
All right, I like it. We got a fan in the chips here with Scott Bauer long term. Before we let you go, Mr. B, if we come back after the first dip that we've had in some time here, is it a good thing? Do you look at these intraday moves and say, hey, down almost 1% in Russell's, NASDAQ's now unch?
Yeah, what a great move over the last 10 to 15 minutes, and not just in the equity space, oil space as well, commodities as well. So, we always kind of see a very knee-jerk, maybe a bit of an overreaction overnight in the markets and then right off the pop here until the markets settle in. But, I wouldn't get so complacent yet. I think we have another dive to the downside, and then I'd love to see the market steady a little bit.
All right, there we go. Scott Bauer, nice hit here, CEO of Prosper Trading Academy, joining us from the SIBO. We'll be right back.